All right. Hello, everyone. It is Fed League Flash. It is the weekend wrap up for week 22 and reviewing Sunday night's games. Apologize for the strange lighting. Hopefully, you can read that okay. But anyway, so there's the all famous whiteboard. Four games last night, and boy, were they strange. Well, not so much the Motor City game, but I don't know why I put the Watertown game on the top of the list. And normally I go through things chronologically, but the Watertown game was so weird. I just had to give it top billing, I guess. So okay, yeah, you're reading that score right, 11-6. If you didn't tune in last night, this game was crazy. I did not tune in until it was 5-2, and I was like, "What happened?" So yeah, okay. So this is what happened. A lot of goals. Goalie's optional. All right. So we started off the game with Jacob Clement playing once again for Watertown, and Ian Wallace starting off. Ian Wallace lasted a grand total of 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Um, and in that span, we had goals by Vladislav Pavlov, Trevor Lord, and Pavlov again. So that was it. 5 shots, 3 goals. In comes Makar Sokolov in relief, and things really didn't get any better. Um, we had a break from scoring for about 6.5 minutes, and then we had Chase DeBari and Carter Thornton each getting on the board before Port Huron could finally uh, break the shutout. That was Dalton J. And then a couple minutes later, Tucker Scantleberry on the power play. Um, Watertown starts to surge ahead again. Goal by the newcomer Trevor Gratzby, his first goal on the power play, and so that was nice to see. Um, and then before the period could end, 1947, Mitch Jones gets on the board with a power play. So at the end of one, it was 6-3 already. Shots in that first period, 16-13. High percentage of shots going in. In the second, we had goals by Michael Mercurio, both at 33 seconds and at the 7:44 mark. And then Scantleberry scores again on the power play at 11:26. And so now, the end of two, it's 8-4. Port Huron fans are thinking, maybe we can sneak back in. Nope. William Gobbett scores at. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, Dalton J scored first in the third period, 4:35. So now it's 8-5, and Port Huron fans have a ray of hope. But then a minute later, Godboat scores, and that pretty much did it. Port Huron did score with an extra attacker on a 6-on-4 power play, essentially a 6-on-4. It was a 5-on-4, but with the extra attacker. 16:28, that's Connor Foley. He's gotten off to a great start. Then shortly after that, Tate Leeson, with the net still empty, scores a shorthanded goal. So there's your one empty netter, and then at 19:51, Carter Thornton, again with the empty netter. Port Huron pulled the goalie because they had the power play, so two empty netters. So 52 shots for Watertown. They stay alive another day. Um, and Port Huron, 36 shots. So Watertown improves to 15, 25, and 5. Carter Thornton on the day, 2 goals, 3 assists. Vladislav Pavlov had 2 goals and an assist. And Jacob Clement, not the best of stats, but he gets the win, 32 saves. For Port Huron, it's Dalton J with 2 goals. Mitch Jones had a goal and 2 assists. And then Sokolov, in 53 and a half minutes of on ice time, stopped 40 of 46. That was a weird game. Really weird. All right. Just down the highway, down I-94, Motor City was hosting the Blue Ridge Bobcats. And Motor City had this one pretty solidly in hand. all game. They actually broke the mold here and got a lot of shots on goal. Usually, Motor City is right around 30 shots a game. I got 46 in this one. Goals by Nicholas McGill Diaz on the power play in the first. And then in the second, Jameson Milan scores also on the power play. And so, we're off to a good start, 2-0. Now, Andrei Ivanov did get on the board for the Bobcats at 5:50, so it's 2-1 at that point. Later in the period, Josh Colton scores at 12:59, and then TJ Sneath scores a shorthanded goal at 14:46. Nothing happened really in the third. Despite giving up 4, Connor Green played fantastic. Babin did what he had to do, stops 22 of 23. And yeah, so it's a 4-1 victory for the Rockers. Their magic number is now reduced to 3. So 1 regulation win, and they're in for the playoffs officially. Motor City now 27, 15, and 4. Blue Ridge 13, 26, and 6. All right, another important game as far as the standings go. Elmyra traveling up to Danbury. Things did not start off well. They really got outplayed in the first period, but they came back. Sammy Bernard in goal once again for the River Sharks, and it was Connor McCollum, the netminder, for the hat tricks. First period, goals by Daniel McKittrick and Corey Cunningham on the power play puts Danbury up 2-0 at the end of 1. They outshot Elmyra 19-8, and then the defenseman said, we're just going to focus on the offensive side of the ice for the rest of the game. Shots. Not much defense in this game. Second period, Elmyra, they steadily crawl their way back. They score at 19:03 on a goal by Stephen Clank on the power play. At the end of 2, it's 2-1. Shots in the second period, 25 apiece. 50 shots in one period. That's insane. All right, third period, Elmyra just keeps pouring it on, and Elijah Wilson scores at 5:10. And then later on, 14:26, Dominic Dumas scores. That put Elmyra up for good. And then, just for good measure, Stephen Klink with an empty netter at 18:51 with McCollum pulled. And so Elmyra ends up taking 3 points from Danbury. It's a 4-2 victory. Yeah, 54 shots for Elmyra, 62 for Danbury. Crazy. So yeah, 1,744 fans on hand to see just an absolutely wild game. So Klink with the 2 goals, Dumas with the game-winning goal and an assist, and Bernard 60 saves for the win. Not a bad night. McKittrick and Cunningham, of course, on the board, and McCollum, he didn't play bad himself. 50 saves out of 53 opportunities in 58-50 played. Nothing to hang his head about, but of course, I'm sure he would rather have the win. So Elmyra 18-27 now, and Danbury is 24-17-5. And then our final game, yep, it's a touchdown. It's a 7-0 skunking of the Baton Rouge Zydeco. And yeah, this game was never in doubt. Carolina had control of this right from the get-go. Joe Kennedy at 4:34, he gets the game-winning goal. So, but, hey, let's play the other 55 minutes just for fun. So they did, and Roman Kramer scores at 12:17. In the second, it's Yuri Pastuka scoring on the power play at 4:27. And then Dawson Baker, goal number 9 in a row. And 9 straight games he has put one home. Quite a streak for Dawson Baker at 10:29. And then it's back to the usual Gus Ford show. He scores at 12:43 of the second, as well as 5:02 of the third. That last goal by Ford would chase goaltender Bailey Stevens out, and Greg Harney would come in. Meanwhile, Cody Karpinski, very, very quiet night, and he stopped everything that came his way. Yep. So in the end, Stevens had 22 saves, um, 45 minutes played. Chris Ciolic was the only Thunderbird to beat Harney on 9 shots. Uh, Harney played 14:58. And for the game, it is Gus Ford with 2 goals, 3 assists, and Dawson Baker a goal and 2 assists. And Cody Krapinski, perfect 25 for 25. So Baton Rouge now 10-29-4. A rough night. I mean, it was just not good from the get go. They fell behind early. They had 2 consecutive too many men on the ice penalties, like literally consecutive at the same time stamp. And that also got Coach Everett Thompson tossed as well because he was not happy about the situation. But what are you going to do? Anyway, Carolina now 31-11-2. Fantastic record, and they're still looking up at Columbus. I mean, what are you going to do? All Carolina, if you're Carolina, all you can do is keep playing. Handle what you can handle, do what you can do, get in as good of a position as you can for the playoffs, and then just take care of business. So there you go. All right, so that is the weekend wrap up for week 22. This is posting Monday morning, and yeah, I'm actually recording Sunday night, hence I'm still wearing my whole Rangers thing. Hey, 4-0 over St. Louis. Anyway, later on today on Spotify, we will have what we would normally do here on YouTube. We will have stars and standings. I'm making exception to my usual rule. Instead of 5 stars, I've got 6 for this week. And we'll go through the updated standings. I'm going to keep it simplified. Just, we're not going into overtime wins and overtime losses and all that. We just keep it nice and simple for you. And we'll be talking about magic numbers too, because several teams now have magic numbers for securing either their spot where they are now in the playoffs or for earning a playoff berth. So we'll go over all that on Spotify. Make sure you tune in. If you haven't downloaded Spotify, make sure to do it because there's a lot of great podcasts on Spotify. All right. So, hope to have you tuning in there. And thank you so much for watching here. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. And keep in tune on Facebook as well. We'll keep you updated with transactions and whatnot. Have yourselves a great week, and we will catch you again soon.